Okay, what I'm going to show you today is a good way to attach your center piece to the top of the floating frame. Now, of course, you've got to take your fishing string and put it in the center where you want it at. Now, I take a pretty good hunk like you see me doing there, and what I do is I stretch it out up and down, and then I will glue it in here. If you have a little bit more in there, when it goes to pull on the glue, it'll make it a little bit harder for it to stretch out and to drop your item off there. More glue. Okay. And I have my little bottle of water over here that I always use. That's down there, but it's not straight, and I know that. So we're going to stretch our string the way we want it to go, up and down, of course. And you want to kind of make sure it's kind of cool and where the center is. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to attach it up here at the top. Okay. A little bit of water on your fingers. It's not going to hurt that at all. Okay, that's attached up there. We're going to do it at the bottom as well. Okay. And I'm going to put some on this as well, just to keep it where it needs to be. It doesn't matter if this is pretty, because you're going to put something on the back of this to cover this all up. The water stuff will dry. And more up here. Okay. I think you've all got that much figured out on how to put those on. Now what we're going to do next is we need to attach this to the top of our frame. I'm not going to attach it yet, but I'm going to show you. When you take out the glass of your frame and you put the two frames together, you have a little ledge in here. That little ledge, this is at the top, that or bottom, whichever you want to call it, but that little ledge in there. So what we're going to do is I've taken a wire stem from a flower and I've cut me a piece off, and I'm going to need to decide how long I want this. How close to the top of the frame am I going to put this one? Now I will tell you I am using a larger frame to make this one with, which I haven't taken apart yet. So I'm going to lay it in my frame about where I want to put it at. And then I'm going to measure this to the top to see how long I want this to be. So I want it to sit about right here. So I'm going to pull a good 5 or 6 inches more. If I can find my scissors, I'm going to cut this off. I don't need it. It'll be in the way. Not necessary to have. Okay. Set my frame down now. And take a little spot of glue. Now I took that and cut me a piece off. Put a little spot of glue on this in the center. And then I'm going to wrap this on it. Maybe I should have some music going, but I don't. Okay, so it's on there, and I'm going to wrap this around to make it sit. Now I want to make sure it stays on there, so get it cooling. And now just kind of twist this where you want it. How long you need it to be. So we're just twisting and twisting or wrapping. However you want to do it, I don't care. So now this has got a hold of here, but we need to pull off. That's going to be too much, so I'm just going to wrap some more on it. And if you need to, it won't stay on. Mine's not. Put a little dot of glue on it. Hold it together like you need. Wrap some more on it. Okay, this is going to be pretty close, but before I glue too much, I'm going to bring my frame back up. This is the frame I'm going to be using. And again, I want to measure. Okay. I hope you can see that I am not a professional filmer. It's actually sitting on my Coca-Cola cup. Anyhow, so this is about how long I want it to be. And now what I'm going to do, measure, measure, measure. I put nails on today. They don't want to cooperate. That's another story. All right, there's what I'm going to have it to be. So I'm going to hold this here. I'm going to glue that there. I want that to stay right where it's at. Again, I got my little trusty water bottle over here, or cup that I stick my finger into. That way I don't touch the hot glue. I'll make sure this is well glued on there. The bottom one I'm not going to do for a while. And what I do is I get my frame put together. I get my base put together, my frame put together, and then I glue all that together. If you're going to paint it. This gold one I'm showing you, I'm not going to paint it. I like the gold of it. So then what I will do on my big frame, I will do the same thing on this end. I will measure pretty close to where I want it to be. And then, after you get your frame painted, put together, decorated, whatever you want to do on it, that's when you're going to take your piece. Oh, sorry, folks. That's when you're going to take your centerpiece. You're going to place it inside the frame. Now, I'm going to turn this upside down just so you can see it. All right. But what you're going to do is you will simply hot glue, find your middle, hot glue this up into here, where the center is, and then, this is too big, of course, the frame, but when you turn it over, it'll be glued up there. You don't have to worry about having a whole bunch of glue up there, just glue this piece. And you can put a pretty good little glob of glue on there. You can hide it with flowers, you can paint it, you can do about anything. And then, of course, when you get ready to hang your centerpiece, you'll just make another one of these, measure your distance, what you want, and then place it on the bottom. Now, if you ever get one of these and they get loose, and sometimes stuff happens, what you can do, it always gets loose on the bottom because it hangs, it's heavy, it hangs. So if it gets loose on the bottom and it's just too much in here, simply take another short one of these, wrap it around one time, and then pull it down, make it tight, and glue that back. So that's the easy way of hanging a center into a frame. I hope that all is understandable, that this is not the frame I'm using on this, so I can't do it there. But I was going to show you that. All right, I hope that helps y'all. Talk to you later.